Hi everyone, Drew, aka Sticky Wicket here, back again with another standard video. Today we're playing Esper Pixie. This will be the last of our slightly off meta decks before we go and try some of the cool decks from Pro Tour Secrets of Strixhaven. That's actually going on as I'm recording this. So today we're playing Esper Pixie. For anyone who doesn't know, Esper Pixie's been in and out of the standard meta for almost 2 years now, and had some bans last summer, so This Town Ain't Big Enough and Hopeless Nightmare. That sort of killed it a little bit, but it has been starting to emerge again over the last few months. And we saw Samuel Stratti top 8 RC Turin with this deck. I think he actually lost in the final. And the version I'm playing today is pretty similar, though we have one cool new addition. For anyone who hasn't seen a lot of this deck before, the key idea is that we play cheap permanents that do something, and then lots of ways to pick them up and do them again. So the standout is Stormchaser's Talent, which comes in and gives us an otter. And then the ways to pick them up are Boomerang Basics, which picks up one of our things, Nurturing Pixie, which does the same, gives us a 2/2 flyer, and Sunperil Kirin, which does the same again, but has Splash. As well as the talent, we've built the deck so that all of the removal spells are on sort of permanents as well. So we have 2 Grim Bobble, 3 Nowhere to Run, and 2 Momentum Breaker that all just sort of kill creatures in slightly different ways. And then we have the other sort of aggressively slanted creatures in our deck. So Dream Beavers and Floodpit Drowners both do the same sort of thing. We can pick them up and have another effect, but they also contribute to this aggressive tempo plan. The last little way to bounce things is actually Appa, and Appa's kind of sick. Akka can pick up any number of things we have, so it's a really good late game card. But it is 4 mana, so we'll play 1. We are a Kaito deck. A lot of our creatures have evasion. We're a really good Kaito deck, actually. This deck plays really well from ahead. That's the position we want to get to. We want to get an early tempo advantage and shut the door with sort of Kaito. And then finally, the last card in the main deck that's really cool is a Super Shredder. Don't know the lore, but this is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it has this really cool ability of whenever anything leaves the battlefield, whether we pick it up, whether something trades off, whether we kill one of their things, it gets +1 with +1 counter. So this guy's going to get massive. I'm quite keen to see how big a Super Shredder, especially if we play Appa and pick up all of our other things apart from the Shredder. So this guy seems like he could be a bit of a monster in this deck, so I'm quite keen to try it out, and that wasn't in the strategies list. We're playing a mix of 22 or 23, I think 22 in this list, Esper lands. Nothing too special here. I would say starting town again, doing some heavy lifting in our 3-colour aggro decks. So hopefully draw some of those. And then the sideboard is a mix of cheap cards that just support, we're not going to really deviate from the main game plan too much, but they let us bring in a couple of pieces in every matchup. So some extra cheap removal, like the Seam Rip and the Hex, some resting pieces for graveyard decks, a few counter spells, Disdainful Stroke and No More Lies, and then a mix of different sort of 3 and 4 mana things, depending on what our matchup is. So we're quite good at multi-spelling, so Sage of the Sky seems great against Izzet, sort of the Otter's deck or Slickshot Show-Offs, and then a couple of extra flash cards for the sort of slower control-y decks. So Tidebinder and Appa. And that's the deck. Let's get to the games. Alright, for anyone who does want to try the deck list is in the description underneath. And as I've said before, I'm quite keen to try any sort of viewer recommended decks as long as they're somewhat reasonable and competitive. This was a viewer submission, so drop a note below and let's have a look. All right, match 1. Again, we were doing standard events before. We're now trying on the ladder, and I'm hopefully going to just accelerate my way up the ladder with the Esper Pixie. Pretty decent hand. We've got our talent on turn 1, and then we'll see what they do. Quite keen to get the Shredder into play. It's elegant parlor, so artist talent. So it's probably some sort of less indie style deck. Okay. I think I just want to play the Shredder, and then next turn I can go Kirin plus the other talent. I'd imagine a Shredder is not long for this world, but if it lives, it's going to be great. Oh, Virtue of Courage. Okay, I mean that happens. That's fine. I'm just going to main phase the Kirin. It's going to let us replay the talent and get prowess trigger. which seems pretty good. Okay, they have another Artist Talent. I'm not quite sure what's going on over there. I might double Momentum Breaker just so they have to discard 2 cards. I'll play the first one for sure. I don't even know what the back half of this does. Whenever a source deals non-combat damage to opponent, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library and play those cards this turn. So they might be playing some sort of burn deck as well. I think I'm just going to play Talon. It's a bit bad against a Wrath, but I imagine we are not winning the late game against what it looks like our opponent is doing. And this gives us quite a good shot to kill next turn if we draw a null creature. Ooh, Tablet of Discovery, that one's cool. I've been trying some decks built around Tablet of Discovery. Oh, and Arc of Hunger, our opponent's also on a Strixhaven kick, I think. What does Quint Insight do? It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your first main phase, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it deals damage. Okay. Oh, between that and Arc of Hunger and Tablet, they might have a little bit of an engine going. I think, unfortunately for them, we do have Lethal. So yeah, let's just play Talent. Yeah, okay, exactly what I want to do. Nice and aggressive out the gate. Okay, perfect. I think I definitely want to be the beatdown. I don't want to try and control them. It didn't look like they had too many creatures, so I might sideboard out some number of these removal spells. I think I want to normalize the Ang, the Tidebinder, maybe the Seam Rip, because it gets rid of both of those enchantments. Guess the Commando too. So if we cut all these, that gives us one more card we need to cut. How does our curve look? That seems reasonable. I think we want to cut some from 2-drop. Maybe Super Shredder against the red removal. I think they could probably kill it quite easily. Alright, let's go. Alright, we've got another good hand. I like the look of this. These are the hands we dream of. This is exactly what we want. We've got the Storm Chaser's Talent, which, like most decks in Standard, is the most important card in the deck, and then we've got a few ways to pick it up. Okay, they kill the Otter, that seems fine. I'm not sure how worried I should be about the sort of various artifacts and enchantments they play. Because I think the option here is I can play a starting town and pass with Normalize up, or I can just go Pixie plus Talent. I could even go Pixie plus Dreambeavers, because Dreambeavers is a really nice one to pick up to Kaito. That'll give them 2 turns to do their thing. I think that seems probably okay. Yeah, let's go Dreambeavers first. I think the counterspell is going to be very good, so we'll keep that. And we'll pick up Talent. Oh, if they're just passing, let's see if we can get Kaito into play. Oh. Okay. Helix effect to that is fine. That is not killing the Kaito. I think this is going to die, so I'm just going to 0 and look for a land. These are not lands. Ang is really good, but these are not lands, so let's just bottom both, or surveil both away. So there's not too much we're scared about here. Even if they kill the Kaito, it's not the worst. Oh, that's great for us. Now I'm going to plus Kaito. And I think I'm just going to play Storm Chaser's Talent and pass and hold up either our Flash Kirin or a counterspell. Now that we're ahead, our counterspells are going to be really good, I think. Flashback on Lightning Helix, okay. I think this might be the best No More Lies I've seen in a while. Plus Kaito again. Play another Storm Chaser's Talent. We're just running it back. Oh, I forgot how much I liked playing this sort of deck. It's great. Boom. Sweet. Right, we might make platinum in this video. We'll see. Maybe you shouldn't get too excited about that very minor accomplishment. Okay, 1-0. Take our pack. Okay, let's go on to match 2. I think the one deck that's probably difficult for this is Landfall. I'm not sure how good we are at interacting with like Earthbender's Ascension, things like that, but we'll see. If we draw the Storm Chaser's Talent plus bounce things every game, we'll do well. Oh, we've drawn the Storm Chaser's Talent plus bounce things. We cannot mulligan this. Restless Reef, okay. Some form of Dimir deck. Overlord of the Balemark. Oh, it might be Spider-Man. Emeritus of Ideation. Okay. They milled some hits and they've picked up a Deceit. So we could Boomerang Basics Talent. I think I'd rather Pixie. It just leaves an extra body in play. And our hand is pretty good. Deceit. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to kill one of our otters by bouncing it, but it looks like they're just going to Thoughtseize us. They just take a basics, that makes sense. So I could just pass. Oh, no, they concede. Alright. This is such a good aggressive start. I'm not super surprised. Alright, I think I want the Rest in Pieces if they're as graveyardy enough to want Overlord of the Balemark. I'll try these 2 Rest in Peace. And I think the Disdainful Stroke seems good against, even because you can even counter the Evoke cards. I guess, I wonder if they might have Cavern of Souls? Probably not. I might take Ang too. Ang is a little bit awkward because if you airbend something like a Deceit on the stack, it doesn't evoke when they cast it from exile. But I think against the other big things, it's still quite good. Grim Bauble seem terrible again, and maybe some of the Nowhere to Runs as well. In fact, I'll take them all out and I'll bring in the extra Momentum Breaker and maybe the Get Lost. Yeah, that seems fine. So we need to cut 1 card. Might be the Ang, as much as I want to bring in the Ang. Actually, it might be Appa. I don't think we want to do the really long game. I think we just want to curve out. Okay. Right, game 2. Oh, we have the Talent and the Pixie, but we only have a white-black land, so we're going to ship that one. Same thing again, I guess we go to 5. Okay, this hand is fine. I think Shredder is definitely going. And I guess the question is, do we want Kaito or Flood Pits? I kind of want to keep the Kaito. And if all goes to plan, we go Pixie, we go Talent, Pixie plus Talent, Kaito, and that's a really good plan, even on a 5-card hand. talent. This heat's going to be pretty good. I wonder if they take the Pixie or the Kaito. It's quite close. The Pixie, okay. I guess I'll rest in peace. They know about the disdainful strokes, so they could always just play like a Winter Night Stories or something that doesn't give it a target. Dauntless Scrapbot, okay. Are we supposed to trade? I think we might be supposed to trade. Okay. They need to block so they don't get Kaito'd. And then if I just draw a land, I can just cast a Kaito, which seems fine. Ah, it's a tap land. Oh well. But they look like they had a lot of big things, so Disdainful Stroke's probably fine here. Okay. Kaito, I think we need to plus so it doesn't die to Restless Reef, which they have. Mill 4. Okay. I think something like a Pixie or a Kirin would be really, really good for us now. It would just let us get some blockers. It would, yeah, let us replay talent. So I think we punch, and then we're going to 0. Some sort of bounce spell would just be great.
My eyes are as sharp as my sword.
That's interesting. So Momentum Breaker does let us make them discard a card. I think I'm just going to dig for one of the bounce spells. Oh, we didn't find it, okay. I guess we'll just play the rest in peace. There's no point not, I think. Oh, this guy's a ninja. I totally knew that when I put him in the deck. He gets the bonus of Kaito, that's really cool. Okay, if they let us block, we'll do it. If they just kill the Shredder, it'll be a bit unfortunate. Okay, we'll block. Okay, Kirin's perfect, actually. Exactly what we're looking for. So let's 0 again. Oh, Floodpit Strider's even better, actually. So I'm going to go Kirin, pick up the Stormchaser's talent, and then we've got Flood Pits, which if they just attack with the Reef again, we get to just tap it down. Ah, what an advertisement for Kaito. Destroy all creatures. Okay, that's fine. I'm probably not going to play the Flood Pits. I'm probably just going to hold it for next turn to protect our Kaito. Unless they give us a big reason to play it. Okay, I think we 0 again. And we're still looking for one of those bounce cards, I think.
Information is its own weapon.
The damage on Dreambeaver is, I think, going to matter, so I will keep Pixie. Pixie the talent. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to play the land or not, so I'm just going to play it and pass. Sure, they can duress me if they want. Even though we're quite an aggressive deck, our deck is good against Wraths. Sure. I'm going to plus the Kaito. This gets us to 5. And As I predicted last turn, this Dreamweavers is going to do the last point. Unless they have a way to gain life in hand. 2-0. Let's go. So I may have got myself into some pickles keeping one-landers in previous videos, but the fact that we have double talent basics means that I'm just going to keep this. This is so much better than some of our 6-card hands. I do love a one-lander. Looks like Golgari. Okay. We played a Golgari deck about a week ago on the stream, and it was really quite good. So I wonder if they're doing something similar. With Professor Delian Fell. Okay. Keen Executor as well. Well, we missed on lands. Okay. Unfortunate. We'll take 3. No attack with the cub is interesting. I don't even know if I would have blocked. And another elf, okay. Let's boomerang now. I usually, even in these spots, prioritize playing the talents, but okay, we didn't hit our lands. I'm actually going to discard a talent, I think. No, I'll discard the second Kaito. Let's be real. Yeah, okay. Alright, okay, so it looks like they are playing a pretty normal sort of Golgari deck. The Annexes and probably Professor Delian Fell as well. They don't have a demon yet, but I'm sure they will have next turn. Let's try and find a land. Hey, we found a land. Which doesn't let us cast any spells. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I think we're dead. Yeah, I think we're dead. Okay. Let's just move on to... Will we move on to game 2? Yeah, I cannot see how we're going to win this game. Let's move on to game 2. And be a little more disciplined in our mulligan decisions. Against Golgari, I think... what do I want against Golgari? I think the game's going to go really quite long, so Appa and Ang seem great. Tishanas is also good against Annex and Professor Delian Fell, and I would like Get Lost and Cathar Commando to blow up the Annex. Kaito seems like a really good plan. Grim Baubles, the removal spell seems fine. Shredder is a little bit of a liability, so I'll cut maybe 1. Dream Beavers is quite low impact compared to their creatures, so I don't mind cutting that one. And I might actually cut 1 Momentum Breaker. It's a little bit awkward against the Earthbent lands from the Cub. Right, where does that leave us? Looks okay so far. I might just cut the last Dream Beavers. I do want to keep in like the Grim Baubles to kill the mana creatures. Right, we're going to be on the play. We're going to have more than 1 land. We're going to have more than 1 land. Let's keep. We haven't got the chance to Boomerang Basics or Pixie our own removal spells yet, which it could come up quite a lot in this matchup. So keen to try that. Okay. Don't see anything better to do than this. Yeah, let's replay the talent. So we're pretty good against any of the green 2-drop creatures, actually. We can just kill whichever one they play. Okay, nowhere to run. Attack for 4. So they're in a spot where an Annex is quite a risky card to play. Alright, they've got Bauble, they've got Badgermole Cub. He missed a land drop. Oh, that's really good for us. Let's Grim Bauble the Cub, I think. Seems really good. And then we have the choice between playing with Talent or passing with the Kirinap. I'm maybe a little bit worried about Day of Black Sun, so I'll just pass, I think. Attacking pass. It's also slightly more mana efficient to play the Kirin. Okay, cool. 2 slightly dumb games there. On the draw, I might want the extra removal spell even for these 1 and 2 mana creatures. So I'm thinking about the Hex and Seam Rip. I'll maybe cut 1 Kaito on the draw. It's very good against them, but they can sometimes have a bunch of green creatures that are a bit scary. And maybe 1 Shred or 2. They do have tons of removal, so it seems okay. Okay, got a good hand. We don't have a way to kill a Mana Dark, but I don't think we can ever mulligan this. Please don't duress us. Please take Kaito? No, they take the talent. Okay. Good choice, opponent. This game is going to get a little bit trickier. Okay, play this land. The good news is if they do tap out, we get to get a Kaito into play. Which I think we might want to just pressure anyway. I think they're going to kill this, but it's fine. Okay. Cool, so we're pretty set up against anything that isn't Delian Fell plus Bitter Triumph. Well, there's a Delian Fell.
My job is to teach. Yours is to learn.
Sure. See, now we can just play Kaito into play. And 2 pluses in a row does threaten Delian, so they might have to use the gain life. Bitter Triumph would be really good. Come on, don't kill the Kaito. You know you want to let me have it. Annex, okay. Are we plussing with Delian? If they plus, I'm probably just going to Boomerang Basics it. Oh no, they zeroed, okay.
Go ahead.
They're going to be a lot of cards up on us. Okay. They are a lot of cards up on us. I'm going to stick to the plan and try and kill Delian. Now the question is, do we Boomerang Basics the Annex? I think I want to do that. And I will Shock in case I get to double spell. The downside is, if we play the Annex and make a 6/6 demon, we're not very good at dealing with the 6/6 demon. But we can pressure their life total quite effectively. Double Annex. Oof. That's really scary. I guess I have to drown her and be the beatdown. I'd love to draw a removal spell for the demon they're going to make. Okay, Cathar Commando's pretty cool. 6, 7, 8. I think I want to draw a card off Kaito. This game got super interesting with the second Annex. I guess we keep Flood Fits. It looks unlikely we're able to stop their demon, but we can maybe Wraith. And if they make a demon as either a Soulstone Sanctuary or a Furdock Core, We're actually capable of killing this one, but not this one. Oh, they're both. Okay. Oh, this game could get so close. We can actually kill the Furducker and the Soulstone. Oh, this is so sick. No, no, I wanted my Kaito. Oh well.
I'm really not used
No, this looks pretty good for us. I think it's really unfortunate for them. I think I can let the trigger go on the stack, right? And now I can Cathar Commando. Blow up this Furducker. Come on. That because Furducker is also it's a shapeshifter, so it's a demon, which triggers Theanics, which is really cool. I love that interaction. But now they take two. They take two more. And they only have 1 mana, so I don't think they can kill both. Yes, they can't kill both flip pits. Sick. Okay, we're on the draw and we only have a hand of 2 drops. This hand could be quite good if they're a sort of slower creature deck. So something like Landfall, this hand's fine against. I will keep, but this one's marginal. I'm just a bit worried about getting clogged on sort of 2 drops that we can't double spell until turn 4, and that's if we draw lands. Okay, it looks like potentially Golgari again. We're actually not scared of Flood. We're not scared of the Cub at all. Ooh, Environmental Scientist. Okay, this is cool. I love this card. There was the old versions of this card, Civic Wayfinder and Borderline Ranger were really good, and they just made this cost 2. So I'm glad it's seen some standard play. Let's go Starting Town and pass, I think. Cool, we'll take 2. And another Scientist, okay. This effect is just much more powerful than it looks. And I'm very jealous they're just going to hit all their land drops all of the time. And we'll stand here. This will just give us a really good spot if we draw Kaito. Okay, they just kill it, that's fine. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Not enough. I'm not going to rush things too much at the moment. I will Flood Pit just to start turning the race in our favour. Llanowar Elves, okay. They seem a little flooded, which is nice for us. I'll cast the Shredder, I think. And then I think my plan is going to be try and grow a huge Shredder. I've got one way to pick it up again with the Kirin, which is nice. This gets 2 counters. I'd imagine this will have a removal spell fired at it relatively soon, but if not, it's going to be huge. Ritual Chamber. Ooh, okay. I have a 6/6, that's fine. So I think I can go... Have I got enough mana? I might not have enough mana. I can go nowhere to run a 2/2. Momentum Breaker, they sacrifice a 2/2 and then Kirin the Momentum Breaker. Yeah, I would need 6 mana to get the demon off, so I can't kill it quite now. But I can just continue to grow the Shredder. I could have attacked and seen if they double blocked, but it seems like unlikely that was going to work. Cool. I'll just keep playing my cards. Make the Shredder massive. It's got Menace, so they can't block it. And there you go. I think they don't... I think he probably would have played a removal spell first, but I could be wrong. Duress, sure. Glad I held the Kirin. They unlock the Annex. Okay, they probably hit me, right? Yeah, I think they have to. And I will Kirin and pick up the Momentum Breaker, which is going to get rid of the Demon. My guy gets bigger. They drain me, which is unfortunate. Sacrifice a creature, please. My guy gets even bigger. So record so far is 7 for the Shredder. It's going to be 8 soon. Ninjutsu Kaito. It's an 8. Boom. Right, 0. Just in case you draw some removal spells, I'm just looking for any action. Which, well, at least we've got through a few lands. Yes! Super Shredder MVP, dealing 1 million damage. That was sick. Right, what we did... This looks like a slightly different Golgari deck, because they had the Scientists in co. So I maybe don't want the extra Momentum Breaker here. I will take... They might not even be playing Mana Acceleration, actually. They might just be playing more lands in the Scientists, so they might not be playing Cubs and Elves. What does that change? It means we probably don't need as much cheap removal. So maybe I want the Tishanas, the Appa, the Yang. Don't think I want Normalize against Duress. And I think I still don't like Dream Beavers as much. I'm not quite confident enough in my read to take out all of the Grim Bubbles yet, though. We'll take out one. Did they play an elf? No, they did play an elf, right? Ah, ignore me. Talking nonsense. They did play an elf. Right. Bring these in. Ignore me. We'll take out all the Dream Beavers. We'll only bring in one Appa. And I actually do think we still got a Shredder, even though it was so good. Right. I thought I was going to be really smart there. Just missed the L. Nice hand. I'm having a bit more fun playing this than the burn deck yesterday. That one didn't quite work out. I would recommend, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out, but it didn't quite work out as well as I was hoping. Okay, another talent is pretty nice. They have an elf, okay. I think I just go kill the elf and play another talent. Alrighty. I guess if they go an Annex, okay, they play Preacher. Oh, that lines up really nicely for us. Momentum Breaker, and I think just Boomerang. I should have Boomeranged first. That would have made more sense. But I'm going to Boomerang Momentum Breaker. Okay, Pixie's great. I'm expecting they'll have some Wraths, Day of Black Sun, Deadly Cover-Up. So I think I'd rather have the Breaker in hand. Oh my god, this Breaker is absolutely incredible. This is lined up quite nicely. I'm not going to play the Pixie on the talent, I'm just going to play the Flood Pits. Again, it lets us get pressure in after a Wrath, and it lets us decide later what we want to do with the Pixie. Okay, let's Flood Pits. And put a stun counter on this. I'm just thinking about how I could possibly lose this game. I think the answer is like sort of removal spell into Wrath. Yeah, I'm going to play this quite cautiously. I'm just going to attack for 4. Okay, I'm on max speed. I'm going to play a tapped land and just pass and hold up this Tishana's. So even if they kill all of our stuff, we've got a 3-power flash guy. The end. Sure. Thankfully it's not Maelstrom Pulse and it doesn't kill the other Ottoman play. Alright, now I will play my flash guy. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, I'll go first. Oh, this hand is... I think on the play, I'm going to keep this hand just on the strength of a turn 3 Kaito. It's even sort of disguised because we get to play Godly Strength starting time. Because against this mana base, they could potentially guess we're playing Esper, but it's not face up that we're playing Kaito. Okay, they're playing some sort of Esper deck of their own. Alright. This obviously does cost me 1 more life with the starting time, but I think the sort of semi-bluff is worth it. And we'll stick a Kaito into play. Okay. And again, just in case you can remove it straight away, I'm just going to draw a card. I would like the town, please. Perilous Snare, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just get as much pressure into play as we possibly can. Which I think I like doing by just main phasing the Kirin. Don't have to do it with flash speed if I don't want to. Now we've set ourselves up so anything like a Boomerang Basics, another Kaito is really good for us. They might have a Wrath, but the game is not over at that point anyway. Oh, that's good. Okay, Starcage is a little risky against us because we do get our own cards back. But nonetheless, that is quite scary. Okay. Play Shredder and play a tap land. They know we've got the Flood Pits, so that is face up. It looks like they're really control the Esper deck. Maybe with Simulacrum Synthesizer, maybe with Repurposing Bay, because it's all artifacts. We tend to play against those decks a lot. People love those decks. The Iron Crag, okay. I wonder if they have 1 Iron Crag, 1 Soulstone. Okay, they are Synthesizer deck. No. Double top. Don't think we can beat double top. But Kirin might help. Attack for 2. Play that land, so you go. Another Synthesizer, okay. It's only a 7/7. Our Shredder was bigger last game. Shock again, okay. Phoenix Fleet Airship, crew 1. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice a permanent, you make a copy of it, and then it's just always a creature. Okay, that's really cool. I like that. Oh no. I think cool. We are super dead. But nonetheless, we'll fight on. Stun one of their creatures. Seems better than making an offer. Nowhere to run might not quite do it. Punched it. Okay, they take 2. We have nothing to pick up with the talent. I'm just gonna say go. I don't know if we have any outs. We maybe should have played the bauble just so we could surveil off of it. But we'll let our opponent run up the score a little bit. Yeah, we are just dead. I want to see if they have a fire crystal in their deck actually, that would be good to know. Which is it's a red artifact, but it's like the way in the format to give all of these constructs haste. Oh, so I get Kirin back. Okay, I'll pick up Flood Pits. Okay. Must be a fire crystal, right? We do have a fire crystal. We're going to take about 1 billion. 6 17s. Yeah, my Kirin's and my Flood Pit's not going to do enough there. Okay. Right. Let's try the Cathar Commando. We're not very good at dealing with artifact enchantments. We've got a few little bits, but nothing too major, so we're going to have a really aggro draw, I think. So Normalize, Ang, Tishana's. I don't think I want like Seam Rips or anything like that. No, so I think I want these 5. I'm going to take out a lot of my creature removal. And that looks like it just lines up perfect. Okay. Right, let's go. Don't want to lose a match for this deck. I've been really enjoying playing it. All right, we've got talent plus Pixie. Great. I think if you're going to do well with it with this deck in a tournament, you want this combination of cards in your opener. A little weak to Pinnacle Star Cage, but don't think there's much we can do about that really. Okay. Pixie. I guess because we're on the play, we can Ang a Star Cage. 5 for 2. They do have the Soulstone. I bet they have exactly 1 Soulstone and exactly 1 Iron Crag, which I really like. Because they're both legendary sort of mana rocks. Right, attack. I think playing the Kirin main phase would just be a little too aggro into a sweeper. Cryogen Relic, sure. Don't really care about that one. Flash and Cathar Commando. For no smarter reason than it just deals 1 more damage than Ang. Okay, they're going to stun my thing, that's fine. Pass with Ang up again. We could play the talent, and if they Star Cage, we can blow up the cage with the trigger on the stack from Cathar. But it's bad against any other Wrath if they have Day of Judgment or anything like that. So I think I'll just wait with my Ang. So I think I've seen the line. I let it resolve. They sacrifice the Terminus, they get Pinnacle. I blow up the Pinnacle with the trigger on the stack. I then flash in Kirin, pick up the talent. I've got 2 Kirins, 2 Flyers and 2 Otters. I replay the Storm Chasers and I have lethal. It's a bit risky letting it resolve, but I think this works. Let's see if it does. Oh, there's the Star Cage. So yeah, let's blow it up. And I believe my creatures stay in play now. Oh, thankfully I was correct. Alright. Yeah, I get to flash in the Kirin. Pick up the talents. Ah! We saw why. So did they. Cool. Right, exactly the same. Just exactly what we want game 3. I don't think the fact that they have like the Soul Stone or the Terminus means we want Seam Rips. No, I don't think so. Okay. This is probably okay. This is a good bit slower than because we don't have a Pixie effect, but there's 12 in the deck, so I'm assuming we can draw one. Start with talent. We're likely going to have to go Dream Beavers on turn 2 because we don't have double blue yet, but we can always start with the basics. All right. Well, okay. Sure. Just in case, I guess we draw a fast land. We'll still basics first. Alright. Now we just really like to draw some interaction, some counter spells and Ang, things like that. They are missing white, but they get a couple of scries to look for it. I'd imagine that's 2 non-white things going on the bottom. I think I'd prefer to get Kaito into play now. And I'm just going to 0 again. I want to find a land. Counter spell. Okay. Repurposing Bay. Well, the counter spell's not good against that. Okay, this is a bit scary. What's the plan? Options are we can sort of Momentum Breaker to get rid of the 3/3. We can Flood Pits the 3/3. I'd really like to find an untapped land. I think I'm actually just going to -2 with Kaito. Attack for 4, play a Dream Beavers and a tap land. That's just going to keep our thing up of just consistently having pressure, even after a Wrath. So let's... That one's actually probably good enough. Okay. Okay, they got a land. Still no white source. And now we've got the option between... Oof. I've no idea what they're going to find. But I'm 100% countering this. I don't even know if it's worth the risk of giving them the card in their hand or the card to counter later. Alright. And now let's see if we can stitch together lethal. We have 3, 4, 5 in play. Plus 1 off Kaito is 6. Plus 1 off a Dream Beavers drains 7. Plus 1 off the Momentum Breaker from the Prowess on the order is 8. So it looks like it to me. And then we plus here. Yes! That was sweet. We did draw very well, but I did really enjoy playing this actually. I'm playing the regional championship, the Spotlight in London next week. So, I thought I was going to just play this for a few matches for the video, but I might actually give it a bit more of a go. Deck performed really well. I would say I wish there was something else like Storm Chaser's Talent that we could do on turn 1. I'm not sure if Dream Beavers is quite it. But other than that, deck was great. We drew exactly 1 Kaito a lot of times. We drew the Storm Chasers in our opener, and it was really good. The high score for the Super Shredder was 8/8. So if you do give the deck a go, let me know if you managed to beat that. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and take care.